I thought I'd start out by telling you that we're going to be going to Washington next week. Claudia McKenna, Jeff Green, and I will be headed up there to meet with various people and to move forward our legislative agenda, the federal legislative agenda. Some of the things that we're going to be talking with them about is a Tiger Grant application, and that's a grant that we're going to be working with Broward County and Palm Beach County on to get money to fund quiet zones for all aboard Florida. So that's something that's really important to us to move forward. We'll also be talking with regulatory agencies about State Road 7. We continue to oppose the building of State Road 7, and as an aside, there was a new sign that appeared on the corner of North Lake Boulevard and the proposed road, that very large, and says future home of State Road 7. And we were really quite shocked to see it there because they're no closer to building that road than they were 2 years ago. But somehow it was deemed appropriate to put a sign up. We believe the county put it up. I don't know why. I don't know under whose direction, but it certainly has gotten people riled up.
Is that on North Lake?
It's on the corner of North Lake and the proposed state road, that entrance to Ibis, the east entrance.
I noticed one last week going in, but it wasn't all that large, so I'm wondering if it...
Well, it's on the west side of the road, that big green sign.
So it's on North Lake?
No.
Oh, on the side street?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So, we were very surprised to see that it was there, particularly since, there was a public hearing that was held 2 years ago. As a result of the public hearing, the Highway Authority should have issued a FONSI, a finding of no significant impact in terms of the environmental assessment, or opposite of that, the finding of significant impact, which is a FUSI, I guess. That was to come within 6 months of the public hearing that was 2 years ago, and they're no closer to issuing that. As a matter of fact, they've received letters from both Fish and Wildlife and Army Corps strongly urging them FDOT, strongly urging them to look for an alternative route. So, we were surprised. We're trying to track down how the sign got there and why it was put up now. So when we're going to go to Washington, we'll talk about State Road 7, we're going to talk about Tiger Grant, we're going to go to talk about charter schools with some folks in the Office of Charter School Assistance, and really see if we can get some assistance from them at the federal level. And then we have funding issues that we are always asking them about, certainly the CDBG grants and advocating for additional funds for CDBG, and other kinds of grant opportunities for school libraries, for our cops, for our firefighters. So we've been pretty lucky this year. We've gotten 2 significant grants, one for additional firefighters and one for additional police officers. So we'll be meeting with our representatives there and also folks from the different agencies. That's my thing. What questions do you have?
The CRA is spending this week working on this North End Vision open house all week, and then they're going to have a thing on Friday, and then they're going to give you guys a report in April. Is this something that you should have done a long time ago? Is this something that is just the addition to stuff you've already been doing? What do you hope to gain from this? Is there some significant, specific action you hope to take at the end?
Well, we have done other studies of this area in the past. This is a new look, new folks involved both in the community and in the CRA. So we have done it in the past, and it's sort of a continuing, ongoing look at what's going on in that neighborhood. What I personally hope to have accomplished is that we have a coherent vision that all of the communities buy into. And I think this process really lends itself to a lot of community participation. The first meeting on Saturday morning was packed. There were at least 100 people there, I would say. And it really people who care about that neighborhood. And I think bringing people together throughout this week and coming up with a direction that people are bought into will be a major outcome of doing this. And additionally, I hope that we will have some really good ideas, particularly about Broadway and how we should proceed with Broadway. What are some things we could do with Curry Park? I'm excited about some of the potentialities around Curry Park. And how further to expand Northwood Village, how to tie development on Flagler Drive in with what's going on in Broadway and Northwood Village. So, all of those, I think, are among the expected outcomes.
And Rybovich, if it happens.
Yeah. Well, when I say development on Flagler Drive, I mean Rybovich, and how do we tie that in? We're going to see Rybovich related. You know, there are some other possibilities of new projects on Flagler north of that. There's some people talking about developing that land around Curry Park that's already had some proposals on before, but when we hit 2008 and the economy was what it was, those didn't happen, so people are looking at that again. So how can we make that coherent and contributive to each other, positive, symbiotic, I guess. So I'm excited about it.
Tell us, I was going to do this on the radio thing, but I will as well. But you can piggyback on this. Tell us a little bit more about the bicycle share program.
We are doing a public-private partnership through the DDA and a company called P3GM, and we will have bicycle share downtown. There will be bikes located in, I think, what did they say, 26 locations? Something like that. Where folks can sign up on a monthly basis to use so many hours of bike share. They can do it that day. There are kiosks where the bikes are, where you could just swipe and take a bike. And you can take a bike and ride it and then drop it off at the same place or at a different place. And they do this quite successfully in a lot of major cities. Miami's very successful, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, lots of places have it. So we're excited about it. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I mean, we have the best weather. It's not like you're going to be riding through the snow, which is good.
Can you, do you want to speak at all about this latest thing with this attorney for the commission and the issue of the CRA?
Yeah. Elliot just won $1. He was betting that you would ask me. I think it's, what's the saying? How does the saying go? You put 10 lawyers in the room, you get 10 different opinions. And I think that that's probably the case in this situation. My intention and hope is that we will sit down as a committee, as a team, as a commission, and figure out how we want to go forward.
Would you be okay with the Attorney General being asked to opine?
That would not be my first choice, no.
You'd rather resolve it in-house?
Yeah. I mean, I think that we can figure it out. And we got a lot of smart people on the commission and a lot of good advisors, so let's figure it out.
And the other commissioners are stressing that this is not about Mr. Ward. They voted for him.
Right.
They just feel like they need to resolve who would do what.
Yeah, I mean, look, our charter, in our opinion, our charter is clear that the mayor has purview over appointing agency heads. And it's clear in the charter, it actually says agency, and the only agency we have is the CRA. But that charter can be interpreted different by other people, especially outsiders who haven't been working with our charter at the length of time that our law office has. So, it's just, it's a matter of interpretation, and I think we can figure it out.
Speaking of attorney, Claudia McKenna's got this is her last month. Have you thought about whether you will replace her from within, whether you'll do an outside search? Have you already started?
We have started, we have been advertising in all of the critical places to advertise when you're looking for an attorney. We're going to look outside. If people inside want to apply, I encourage them to apply. But we're going to do a comprehensive look. She's not going to be easy to replace. She's got incredible historical knowledge. She's been here and in the attorney's office for a long time. She knows a lot of information that probably no one else knows. So I think it'll be difficult to replace her.
Do you expect to do it by the time she leaves, or will you have an interim for a while?
We take such a long time filling our positions that if we did accomplish it before she left, I would be shocked.
So you'd have somebody be an interim.
We'll figure it out.
And very quickly, anything new on flea market?
No. Not that I know of. I'm sure there is. I just, I was going to call before you came and I forgot.
And Open Sky, same thing.
Oh, we're hoping it'll all be wrapped up in the next couple of weeks. We'll be meeting with commissioners next week, and then hopefully we'll have a public meeting in the middle of March.